Paris to Berlin, 1885 to 1887.
After completing his studies in Madrid, Rizal went to Paris and Germany to specialize in ophthalmology. He particularly chose this branch of medicine because he wanted to cure his mother's ailment. He served as an assistant to the famous oculist of Europe. In Berlin, capital of then unified Germany, he met and befriended several top German scientists, Dr. Theodor Jager, Dr. Adolf B. Meyer, Dr. Hans Meyer, and Rudolf Virchow. His merit as a scientist were recognized by eminent scientists of Europe. Maximo Viola, a medical student from San Miguel, Bulacan. Senior Eusebio Corominas, the editor-in-chief of the newspaper La Publicidad. Don Miguel Moraita, the owner of La Publicidad. November 1885, Rizal was living in Paris, where he sojourned for about 4 months. Dr. Louis Durecat, 1852 to 1906, leading French ophthalmologist, where Rizal worked as an assistant in Gay Paris, 1885 to 1886. Outside of his working hours, Rizal relaxed by visiting his friends, such as the family of the Pardo de Taveras, Trinidad, Felix, and Vaz, Juan Luna, and Felix Resurrection Hidalgo. The death of Cleopatra. Rizal posted as an Egyptian press. Juan Luna, the great master of brush, Rizal helped him by posting as a model in several paintings. The Blood Compact, he posted as an Sikatuna.
Rizal as musician, Rizal has no natural aptitude for music, and this he admitted. He only studied music because many of his schoolmates at Ateneo were taking music lessons. In letter dated November 27, 1878, he told Enrique Late that he learned solfeggio, piano, and voice culture in 1 month and a half. He was flutist in various impromptu reunions of Filipinos in Paris. Some of his compositions are Aling Manglahi and La Deportacion. In historic Heidelberg, February 1, 1886, Rizal left Gay Paris for Germany. February 2, 1886, he arrived in Heidelberg. Rizal was a good chess player, so the students in University of Heidelberg made him a member of Chess Players Club. Dr. Otto Becker, a distinguished German ophthalmologist, he worked at the University of Eye Hospital. To the flowers of Heidelberg. In the spring 1886, Rizal was fascinated by the blooming flowers along the cool banks of the Neckar River. His favorite flower, the light blue forget-me-not, on April 22, 1886, he wrote a fine poem, A las Flores de Heidelberg. With Pastor Ulmer at Wilhelmsfield, Rizal spent 3 months in Wilhelmsfield, a mountainous village near Heidelberg. Dr. Karl Ulmer, a kind Protestant pastor. First letter to Blumentritt, July 31, 1886. Rizal wrote his first letter in German to Professor Ferdinand Blumentritt, director of the Ateneo of Leitmeritz, Austria. Rizal sent the book entitled Arithmetica. Blumentritt, the Austrian, became the best friend of Rizal, the Filipino. In Leipzig and Dresden, August 9, 1886, he boarded a train, visited various cities of Germany. August 14, 1886, he arrived in Leipzig. He attended some lectures at the University of Leipzig on history and psychology. Professor Friedrich Ratzel, a famous German historian, Dr. Hans Meyer, a German anthropologist. In Leipzig, he stayed 2 months and a half in this German city. Rizal translated Keller's William Tell from German into Filipino. He also translated Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. He worked as proofreader in a publisher's firm, October 29. He left Leipzig for Dresden. He met Dr. Adolf B. Meyer. Director of Anthropological and Ethnological Museum.
Rizal welcomed in Berlin's scientific circles. Rizal was enchanted by Berlin because of its scientific atmosphere and the absence of race prejudice. Dr. Theodor Jager, German scientist, traveler, and author of Travels in the Philippines. Dr. Rudolf Virchow, famous German anthropologist. Dr. W. Host, German geographer. Dr. Karl Ernst Schweitzer, famous ophthalmologist. Rizal became a member of the Anthropological Society, the Ethnological Society, and the Geographical Society in Berlin. Rizal's life in Berlin. He lived in the famous capital of Unified Germany for the 5 reasons. First, to gain further knowledge of the ophthalmology. Second, to further studies of science and languages. Third, to observe the economy and political condition
Of.
the German nation.
Fourth, to associate with famous German scientists and scholars.
Fifth, to publish his novel Noli Me Tangere. He took private lessons under Madame Louise Cordolet, professor of French. Rizal wrote a letter addressed to her sister Trinidad, expressing his high regards and admiration for German womanhood. The German woman, serious, elegant, educated, friendly. The Spanish woman, gossipy, frivolous, quarrelsome. The Filipino woman, more interesting in how they dressed, fine manners, devotion, hospitality. German costume. He was delighted of the Germans' Yuletide costumes. People take pine trees from the bushes and adorn it with lanterns, papers, lights, dolls, and fruits. Self-introduction to the strangers in a social gatherings. According to German code of etiquette, it is bad manners for a guest to remain aloof and wait for his host to make the proper introduction. Rizal darkest winter. The winter of 1886 was his darkest winter. He lived in poverty. Rizal starved in Berlin and shivered with winter cold.
You are watching a master at work.
Shut up.